Leslie Jones is a living embodiment of grit, growth, and the long game in Hollywood. Her rise to fame didn't come overnight, and neither did her wealth. In fact, her net worth journey reflects years of perseverance, multiple career pivots, and a fierce work ethic that turned early financial struggles into a thriving, multi-million-dollar legacy. As of 2025, Leslie Jones has an estimated net worth of $7 million, $10 million, built primarily from her work in television, stand-up comedy, films, endorsements, and literary success. But behind the numbers lies a fascinating story of hustle, heartbreak, high-profile gigs, and hard-won financial freedom. In the early days of Leslie's comedy career in the 1990s and early 2000s, money was tight. Performing in small clubs, often for little or no pay, she juggled multiple jobs to make ends meet. She worked as a telemarketer, a cook, a wedding officiator, a UPS driver, a waitress, and perfume sales representative. These jobs barely covered rent and expenses, especially in Los Angeles. At times, Leslie was homeless or living check to check. Her finances mirrored her emotional state, stretched thin by grief, losing both parents and her brother, and her career was stalled by industry bias around her look, voice, and comedic style. For years, despite being undeniably talented, she didn't earn much from comedy and lived far from financial stability. Everything began to change in 2014 when she was hired as a writer on Saturday Night Live. While writing for SNL didn't instantly make her rich, it provided a steady salary and access to the industry's top players. Not long after, she was promoted to featured cast member, and by 2015 she was a full repertory player, which dramatically improved her financial position. Leslie's film career significantly boosted her income. Her breakout role in the 2016 reboot of Ghostbusters not only put her on the Hollywood map, but also earned her a reported $500,000 to $750,000, although exact figures vary. The film was controversial, but Leslie's paycheck marked a dramatic shift in her financial life. Leslie continued to bank on her comedy roots. Her Netflix stand-up special, Time Machine, released in 2020, was reportedly part of a mid-six-figure to low seven-figure deal. Netflix is known for paying comedians like Dave Chappelle, Ali Wong, and Kevin Hart millions. While Leslie's earnings may not have reached their level, she likely earned $1 million or more from her special and promotion. In 2020, she also began hosting the reboot of Supermarket Sweep on ABC, which ran for 2 seasons. As the face of the show, she earned an estimated $100,000 to $150,000 per episode, making it one of her highest-paying TV gigs. She also made money touring nationally with her stand-up routines, commanding anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000 per live appearance, depending on the venue and city. Leslie became a pop culture favorite for her live commentary during the 2016 Rio Olympics, which led NBC to fly her out to Brazil and feature her in official Olympic coverage. She repeated this role during Pyeongchang 2018 and again provided unofficial commentary for Tokyo 2020 and Beijing 2022. These appearances, while not her primary income stream, led to sponsored content deals, brand partnerships, and TV guest roles. As her social media presence grew, over 1 million followers, brands began courting her for digital endorsements. In 2023, Leslie released her tell-all memoir, Leslie Fucking Jones. The book became a New York Times bestseller and received widespread acclaim for its honesty, humor, and healing message. The memoir deal likely earned her an advance in the range of $500,000 to $1 million, with additional income from audiobook sales, which won an Audie Award, and royalties. Her decision to narrate the audiobook herself added another revenue stream and showed her strength as a voice actor. Though Leslie tends to keep her private life quiet, she's known to live a comfortable, yet relatively modest lifestyle compared to some A-list celebrities. She owns a home in Los Angeles, likely valued at over $1 million, and maintains a few luxury vehicles. However, she's also spoken about being financially cautious and focusing more on creative freedom than flashy spending. Leslie has used portions of her wealth to support women in comedy, advocate for black creatives, and stand up against online harassment. She has supported LGBTQ+ causes and public education programs. While she doesn't operate a foundation, as of 2025, she is known for quietly helping struggling comedians and using her platform to amplify others. Born on September 7, 1967, in Memphis, Tennessee, Leslie's birth name was Annette Leslie Jones. Her father, Willie Jones Jr., was a U.S. Army veteran who later worked as an electronics engineer, while her mother, Sundra Diane, was a hard-working cable company employee. As a military child, Leslie's early life involved frequent relocations, from the southern United States to major cities like Los Angeles. In 1979, the Jones family settled in Linwood, California, after her father began working at Stevie Wonder's radio station, KJLH. Growing up, Leslie struggled with her appearance and towering height, which eventually reached 6 feet tall. It was basketball that helped her feel empowered, both physically and emotionally. While many teased her for her size, the sport gave her confidence and a sense of identity. She later earned a basketball scholarship to Chapman University before transferring to Colorado State University. It was during her time in college that a friend secretly signed her up for a comedy contest. Leslie won, earning the title Funniest Person on Campus, and unknowingly set the stage for a life in comedy. Leslie's path into the comedy world was not paved with instant success. After college, she moved to Los Angeles and began performing stand-up comedy. Her early shows were rocky. Some were met with laughter, others with boos. A particularly crushing moment came when she opened for Jamie Foxx and was booed off the stage. Instead of writing her off, Foxx gave her a piece of honest advice: go live life, experience more, and come back stronger. That advice changed everything. Leslie temporarily stepped away from the stage to work various jobs, including a cook, telemarketer, wedding officiator, and even a UPS driver. These years were filled with personal hardships. Her parents died in the early 2000s, and her beloved brother, Rodney Keith Jones, passed in 2009. During this time, Leslie battled with emotional pain and the use of speed, amphetamines, a coping mechanism that would later become a subject of open and painful reflection. In therapy and in interviews, she would later credit Lorne Michaels and her eventual career resurgence with helping her heal. Despite the challenges, Leslie made a powerful return to comedy. She performed on BET's Comic View, Def Comedy Jam, and Just for Laughs Festival, slowly building her reputation. In 2010, she released her first stand-up special, Problem Child, on Showtime, a bold, unapologetic hour that showcased her signature physicality, unfiltered humor, and raw truth-telling. In 2012, a pivotal moment arrived when Chris Rock attended one of her performances. Impressed by her energy and timing, he personally recommended her to SNL creator Lorne Michaels, calling her the funniest woman I know. Leslie joined the show in 2014, not as a performer at first, but as a writer. However, her magnetic presence was impossible to contain behind the scenes. Soon, Leslie debuted on Weekend Update, delivering raucous monologues with unmatched confidence. By the end of 2014, she was a featured cast member, becoming the oldest person ever to join SNL at age 47. She went on to be a repertory player, creating unforgettable impersonations of celebrities such as Oprah Winfrey, Whoopi Goldberg, Serena Williams, and Michelle Obama. Her explosive style, physical humor, and honest reflections on race, relationships, and life made her one of the show's standout stars. She was nominated for 3 Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series from 2017 to 2019. Leslie's star power extended far beyond Studio 8H. In 2016, she starred in the all-female reboot of Ghostbusters, alongside Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, and Kate McKinnon. Though the film sparked online backlash and controversy, Leslie's performance as Patty Tolan was widely praised. Yet the backlash she faced, particularly racial and sexist harassment on Twitter, took a toll on her mental health. She later spoke out about the emotional weight of public hate, leading to conversations about digital abuse and the responsibility of tech platforms. Despite the online cruelty, Leslie continued thriving. She appeared in films such as Trainwreck 2015, Top 5 2014, Lottery Ticket 2010, and later in Coming to America 2021. She also became an unexpected star of the Olympic Games, live tweeting her hilarious reactions during the 2016 Rio Games. NBC eventually invited her to join their coverage team in both Rio and Pyeongchang. After 5 years on SNL, Leslie left the show in 2019, stating she was ready to pursue other creative opportunities. That same year, she hosted the reboot of Supermarket Sweep and released a Netflix special, Time Machine, which delved into aging, dating, and societal absurdities. In 2023, Leslie published her memoir, Leslie F. Lacking Jones, an unflinching account of her personal struggles, including childhood sexual abuse, grief, addiction, and her long battle with self-worth. The book, deeply vulnerable and surprisingly spiritual, offered a new layer to the comedian's public persona. In it, she credited God, therapy, and comedy with helping her process years of pain. The memoir became a New York Times bestseller and won an Audie Award for her audiobook narration. In recent interviews, Leslie has spoken openly about faith, sexuality, body image, and her refusal to be boxed in by stereotypes. She continues to perform stand-up around the country, developing new creative projects and mentoring younger comics. As of 2025, she is one of comedy's most honest and seasoned voices. Leslie Jones's story is not just one of fame, it is one of freedom. She built her career not by chasing trends, but by staying true to herself. Her journey was delayed, often difficult, and full of doubt. But what sets Leslie apart is her unwavering honesty about her pain, her failures, and her triumphs. In doing so, she has redefined what it means to be a black woman in comedy: bold, unfiltered, battle-scarred, and joyful. Whether shouting from a Weekend Update desk, riffing on the Olympics, or writing a deeply emotional memoir, Leslie Jones continues to light the way for those told they're too much or too different. In her laughter is truth, and in her truth, liberation. Leslie Jones's estimated $7-10 million net worth may not place her in the top tier of Hollywood's richest celebrities, but her fortune is built on something even rarer: authenticity. She has earned every dollar by staying true to herself, defying industry norms, and weathering years of rejection, doubt, and pain. Her story proves that success doesn't always come quickly, but when it arrives, it's richer in every sense. Leslie's wealth today isn't just financial. It's creative freedom, industry respect, cultural impact, and a deep, unshakable sense of self-worth. In her own words, "I'm not here to be pretty. I'm here to be powerful." And that power has brought her not only laughter, but legacy.